think it's just the lighting. It's like shadowy on half of my thing here. So hold on. I'm going to move this a little bit. Let's see if we can get this shadow thing. There we go. Half my face was a shadow in the beginning there. So we're good now. Hi, everybody. My name is Carol. I am the owner and creator behind CarolJo's. CarolJo's is where creativity and community come together in the jewelry and accessory world, and we do lots of fun things here. We do chats. That is where you get to ask questions about jewelry making, running your small business, and that type of thing. We also do makers meetups, and that's where you get to join us live and show us what you're working on. We do tutorials where we show you how to, step by step, create jewelry and accessories. And then we do live events. Live events are where you get to claim the bead supplies to add to your own collection and just have fun at those too. So that's what we do here. If we get 10 shares, 10,000 likes here on TikTok, we will start doing giveaways. We do have the over 10 shares, but we can share it out more. That helps get us out to the For You page. You do that by hitting that arrow down at the bottom, and then you can select add to your story. You can do repost. You can also share it with those that you would think would have fun joining us on a live. So I'm just sharing it out from both my this one and my backup account. My main and backup. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So I want to give you guys some heads up. Tonight, we are starting our debut event at 9 p.m. on TikTok, and that is Central Time. That is 2 hours later than when we normally go live on a Friday night. But we are looking at going to the high school football game. And so we're going to do a shortened live after the game. I can tell you what we'll have up for grabs tonight. We're going to have 4 more of those bow knot charms. These are really cool, everybody. To me, this week and the next one, or tonight and the next one we're going to do, they're my 2 favorite. And we've had some really good ones so far. So these are even better. So join us for that. We will have 2 cords. We're going to have that red and that black thicker cord. We will have some color changing acrylic beads or resin beads. Can't remember what they are exactly made out of. We will have some bow knot acrylic beads that you can use on the pens. We have different colors of some glass beads, and we'll have a couple of the natural beads. So we're going to have around 20 items tonight. It's not going to be an extremely long one. We also are going to have a change of time tomorrow. So if anybody knows, there was a group of ladies that got together last weekend in this community. They have tomorrow, 3 of them, we're going to go live with doing bead supply pop-up. One of them was one of them on the trip, and she is not feeling the hottest. So they asked if someone could fill in, and I volunteered to fill in her time slot. So from 2:15 to 4:15 Central Time tomorrow, I will be live on Zuli Bella Boutique. It's not Bella, Bea. She pronounces it differently than how I see it. So I'm a little pronunciation. I look at it and go, this is how I think it should be. And I always pronounce it wrong. But we will be live on hers at 2:15. So if you want to join me then we're going to have 2 hours. We will do the 4mm polymer clay Heshi bead still. We're going to be bringing in some of the encore items, and we're going to bring something else. I don't know what. I will be prepping for it like tonight before the game, and then tomorrow after volleyball. So I will be having stuff that is new. We'll have encore, and we're going to have the polymer clay Heshi 4mm tomorrow. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. we're on the other app, and we will do the 6mm Heshis, and we will do some other items. So yes, so we had a little bit of a change up. Now, today we are doing a tutorial. We've talked about this one and I want to show you because we got the hat. We are doing the trucker hat charm. So, of all things, I grabbed some of the polymer clay beads and made one of them out of that. These go on. I was amazed at how these go on. You have lobster claw clasps on both ends. And with the trucker hats, they have that mesh back, and you just put it in the mesh. And then you can change them out to be different. So you can match it, dress it up, dress it down. Hey, Ashley, do different things with them. So you just put it on. And the one side, I always have a problem getting it on because I want to go through too much. But you just put that on. There we go. We got it on. Then come around. And then you put it on the other side. And then you can change it up. And you have a different one. And you can move these to adjust them so that they're tight on the bill. I'm just putting it on very quickly. So if I'd move this one over just a little bit, let me show you. It'll be better. See, there we go. I just needed to move it a little bit. But you can do them blingy, regular beads, the polymer clay, anything you want to make your hat a little bit more special. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hey Kay, these are a very simple to make, but can add so much to a hat. I've literally looked at these and never realized how simple these are. What you're going to need, I'm going to show you on the polymer clay one that I just took off. Thanks for the heart, me. You need 2 lobster claw clasps. So you just need those 2. Hi, Donna. You need some bead wire. So we've got our bead wire here. You're going to need a couple of crimp tubes. I use sterling silver 2mm crimp tubes. Whatever you use to crimp, I will tell you in preference, use sterling silver crimps, whether it be a crimp bead or a crimp tube. The reason why you want to use sterling silver over all the other metals is that sterling silver hardens very hard and your wire doesn't slip. So you're putting that wire up through your closure back down and you have that crimp tube over it. And when you do your folding of the crimp tube, you're hardening it and it hardens about both of those and just holds them still. Whereas if you use like a brass type base metal, it'll move after a little bit. And so if you want something to last and be more secure, use sterling silver. Hi, Murda. I don't tell you to use the higher end stuff very often. There are just times and places where, yes, this is where you want to do it. And this is one of them, okay? Otherwise, I say you get to make decisions that you want to make. This is the one time I say, let's do sterling silver. And then you will also need some beads. Ultimately, thank you, Rose, for that heart me. Ultimately, you need 9 inches of bead. You can use whatever bead you want. If you notice, this one is, well, hello for there. I'm in the U.S. Welcome in. I was going to say, my best friend is Danish, and it is her goal in life to go to Denmark. These are the multicolor 4mm Heshy beads. I don't know if I have any of these remaining, but these are from when I originally got them. So we'll see if we have. I haven't stickered them all yet, so I will find out by tomorrow. But you will need whatever kind of bead. If you want to use 4mm polymer clay, you can use 6mm polymer clay. Here we used 6mm round and 6mm bicone beads that have the AB on them. So they are not AB, sorry. They are platinum plated beads. And that just gives it, oh, just a lot of bling. So you get to pick your pattern. For the crimp tubes, stainless steel isn't going to harden as well to get it to bend and get wrapped around that wire. So that's why I say for the crimp tubes, it's the crimp tubes and crimp beads, I always say use sterling silver. They are a little bit more on the pocketbook, but ultimately they adhere better. It's the hardening of it that you really are looking for. So we had a question on TikTok about would stainless steel work instead of sterling. So we're going to make 2 of these today. We're going to make one with beads, and then we're going to make one also with the 6mm size polymer clay Heshy beads so that you can see what the differences are. I'm going to take this one off of the hat for right now because we're going to put when we get them done, we're going to put them on the hats. So, and Buttercup thinks she's stealing my hat, but I don't know that I want her to take my hat. I want it. All right, everybody. So what you're going to need for tools, 2 tools you're going to need for this. You're going to need a flush cutter. I just like the flush cutter with the points because it gets right in there and cuts off your wire that you need. And you need a crimp tool. Those are the 2 tools you'll need. So the supply list isn't very big and the tool list isn't either. I think, hey there, Beads. I think she already has hats. I think the reason why she wanted this one is because I picked pink. If I'd have picked a different color, I don't know that she would have taken it. All right, I'm going to do, because I have them sitting out on my table because I grabbed them because they are actually on the top shelf in the bead collection. Here is our 6mm size Heshy polymer clay beads that I have. And we can do whatever colors we want in here. These are just the ones that I have in mind. And so I'm going to grab the hat and let's see. Ooh, I think I want to do these 2 together. Let's grab the hat and see what these look like. Yep, look at those. I think I want to do those. When I did the mixed color, that mixed color one was just a strand, and I was able just to string it all. This one, I think I want to put some silver beads in between the color blocks. I'm going to color block it. So let me grab some silver. I want to grab bigger than a 4mm though, because those are 6mm Heshies. So I want something like that. We have right here, I'm just going to grab these, I think. Just a round 6mm bead. So we'll grab that one. Let's move those over here off to the side. All right, I'm going to point you all down so we can walk through how to do this, okay? And as I'm going down, please understand I cannot see comments. I have a backup going of TikTok, but I do not of YouTube. So I won't be able to see all the comments. When we come up, please let me, I will say, put your comments in there again if I missed it, okay? All right, trying to explain that. That wasn't very great grammar, sorry. Here we go, we're going down. All right, you guys see the bead map? We're gonna grab, if you want to actually measure what we're doing, you can grab a ruler. And I need just over 12 inches, 12 to 13 inches of the bead wire. You can use a bead stopper on this, or you can put your lobster claw clasp on right away. I'm gonna put my bead stopper on there in case I want to make an adjustment on the other end. And I don't want to have to take all the beads off. Your choice which way we want to go. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna spill out some of these beads here. Whoops, I don't need that many. There we go. I'm gonna take out my blue. I'm wondering how many strands. Oh, we have 2 strands in there. That's why it was like a lot. And one of them has it off. There we go. All right. We're going to do, and this one, because I'm color blocking, I am going to measure how much I'm color blocking. So for the blue color here, I'm going to probably do, let me think this through. Let's do 1 inch. Because if I do like a 1/2 inch of the creamy color, or it's a yellowy, creamy, buttery color, we might be able to get where I need to be. I'm doing quick math in my head. We need 9 inches, and with an inch plus a 1/2 inch is 1.5 inches. These are 6 millimeters. 2 of those in an inch equals a 1/2 inch. So that's where my quick math is going to. Let's do about an inch. And I am about 3/4, so I'm just going to add a couple more. This is not like laying out very easily. Sometimes you can line up the beads when they're the polymer clay heshies, that you can just slide them from one wire to the next. There we go. We got what I needed. So what I'm talking about, I'll be able to do that here with the yellow. You can lay this out. You take and push back the main plastic strand here of the main one, and then bring in your wire that you want to transfer it to. Just go through the beads as much as possible. I want a few more, but it's not going on very easily. And just push them down. That way you don't have to pick them up, put them down, or touch them twice. Just a great way to slide them so that you will get faster at making them. And that is about a 1/2 inch. What a guess. We're going to repeat this pattern. I'm going to see if I can do that here on this one. Let's see where we're at. Woohoo, I was able to this time. Let's see. That is about an inch. Let's add on this one. It doesn't have to be exact. Hi, Trisha. I'm loving this pattern. Okay. And you could do it thinner pattern. You could do it without the spacer beads. You get to decide what you want to do. Okay, that's a 1/2 inch. And you just keep going back and forth between the two colors for your pattern. I think that might be an inch. Yep. Okay, we're going to bring up the yellow and do that. And see, by doing that, you're not having to like sit here and take it off and then put it back on. Doing it this way makes it so fast. We'll measure. He's a little bit more. I'm going to take 2 of those off, and then we're going to put this on. Just a little bit more, I think. Let's see where we're at. Hey, we're right at an inch. I'm going to put these 2 on that I had taken off. Oh, I'll show you here. Yeah, we're making where we can put the bling on the hat. This here, you can use beads that are glass. We're using polymer clay to begin with. Hi, Geraldine. It is whatever kind of bead you want to put on that hat. You can even put charms and pendants on it. That one looks a little small. Let's see. Nope, he's good. I want to see how long we are right now. This, I'm going to grab my silver one. My silver one's easier to read than the clear transparent. We're at 7.5. I'm going to do another one. of the blue. And we're making the blue 1 inch and the creamy yellow 1/2 inch. And that is just a little bit. We're going to probably just put these all on there. It doesn't have to be exact. There we go. We're going to put this one on. We are at, I am going to do, this is hard, everybody, because I am 3/4 of an inch. And I want to have, I am like symmetrical. So I'm like, okay, let's just do 1/4 of an inch of the creamy yellow. And then this bead. We're going to take our bead stopper off of this end. Let me make sure and see if that's 1/4 of an inch. Yep. And we're going to do another 1/4 of an inch or so. Let's put those and put these on with that. And we'll see if we're at 9 inches. We're a little bit past 9. But that just means then instead of it being right here, we just need to move it back a little bit where we put our lobster claw clasp on the hat. So I'm thinking we're good. Let me get the beads off of the bead table or off the table here. So hold on just a second while I put them away. I store these in the larger containers on the strand so that they are easy to get on and off. Because you saw how fast that went. If I would have had them loose like they are here, someone used these and put them loose like that, and I know who the someone is. We're just going to let it go. It will take longer to put them on. So these are the one time I do not take them off of the strand, and I just leave them on the strand. Yes, you could use the alligator clips too if you want to. As long as they had a hole that you could add the bead wire to. There we got 2 of our sterling silver crimp tubes. We've got our 2 lobster claw clasps, and you want to just check and make sure that their springs are okay on those lobster claw clasps, and those 2 are. You put your crimp tube on the wire. You grab one of the lobster claw clasps, put this through back that way so that it creates that loop, and this dangles down, but we don't want to leave a lot of room like this. We want to bring that crimp tube down. We want this to be wiggly like this. We don't want you to get that up there to where it's so tight that this doesn't really move. So we're going to move that back a little bit. The reason why you don't want it to move is not move is that when you take it on and off, you're going to wear at the wire. Your crimp pliers has 2 ovals on it. You have the back oval is what they call this one, and then the front oval. I'll show you over here. You have the back, and then you have the front. They are different. One is like a U shape, one is an oval shape. The U shape is what you want to use first, and that's the back one. So you take your crimp pliers, line up in that second ridge. I'm going to show you. You can see here, ridge 1, ridge 2. So that was oval 1, oval 2. See where you got those 2 there and there. You're going to go in the back one, line it up. The crimp plier is actually 2 millimeters wide, and so is your crimp tube. So if you're covering that crimp tube completely, you should not see any of the sides when you look down. And then you take and just smush it down, and it creates a U, or like an open hot dog bun. It creates this cave part, and you want to take the higher part, those 2 ends, and bring them together. So to do that, you take and turn the U part, the inside of it, away from you. Grab your crimp pliers and put it in the front oval and crimp down, and you will get, going to bring this close, see if you guys can see it, if it'll focus. You will get a thin line right there. I'm going to show you, you get a thin line right there, and that's where it's all closed. You will take and hold this side, bring your beads up over both of those wires, because we're going to hide our wire with our beads. And sometimes this just takes a little bit of time. There we go. Turn this upside down. We're going to push that down a little bit because we don't want any space where we see the wire. We want just to see the beads. We're going to take off our bead stopper, grab a hold of the other crimp tube and put that one on. So there's our crimp tube right there on the wire. Grab your other lobster claw clasp, put that on. Go over the top of the lobster claw clasp and go back through your crimp tube and go through some of the beads. Okay, there's our wire. We're going to grab a hold of that and pull on it. But if you notice, we have a little bit of space in here. We're going to bring our beads down and that crimp tube. Hold that with our fingernail. I use my fingernail to do it. And then pull on this some more and try to get that. I'm going to say, yep, we got it. To where when I leave this, he's dangling. We got good dangle. So hold everything together. Put your crimp pliers on with that back oval. Crimp down. Turn it sideways. And then crimp those two sides together. I forgot to tell you on the other side, I use my thumbnail, just grab my thumbnail and I hold my beads with this hand, grab my thumbnail, press on it to make sure it's not slipping. Nope, I don't use guard wires or the wire guards. I'm not a fan of them. That to me is a preference. You guys put your thoughts on those. Right here, we have our extra wire that's dangling off. We're going to use the flat part, put it on top of the beads, and cut off that wire. And there we go. We have it. I'm going to put it on the hat. So we just take one of these. So what we're talking about with the wire guard, there are wire guards that you can put on. I'm going to go over a little bit further to protect the wire. I just do not like, and it makes it look a little bit more professional when it's done. I just don't like using them. They're a pain for me. Yet if you can do them, like Trisha says that she likes the wire guards with the wire, I am amazed that, because for me, it's just hard to put them on. There we go. There is our bling. And do you see how much it just adds to this? Most of the time, this is a blank one. I just ordered a blank one to do this with. So whatever I put in here didn't deter from what we're doing. Most of the time when you have these, there'll be patches and such on them. And you can change up what what colors to match everything. You can have it blingy, less blingy. Just match it to the outfit, whatever you want to do. But normally there's something more on it here, not just a big white part. But look at that. Look at how much that added to it. I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to let you see this without it on. And then I'm going to put it back on. So there it is. It's a hat. And it's just fine. But when you go to put this on, I'm doing this. I'm going to go this side first. I'm always on this side first. There we go. Over here. There we go. There you are. See how it just adds something to that hat? That's all it does. But that is what I wanted to show you guys today. So you guys let me know. Lori says she loves it. I just love how it blings it up. I have a buttercup that's wanting that too. All right. So I'm going to leave you guys pointed down. I am going to put away the beads that I have out on the table right now, and we're going to grab some more beads. I'm just going to grab some beads from my collection here. All right. I can't put these up because they're on the top shelf, and I have to, it takes a stretch, but I can put all this away. I have no idea what I want to use for silver. I'm using silver today because I grabbed this silver lobster claw glass. You can use gold if you want. You can use antique bronze. You can use whatever color metal you want for lobster claw glass, or about the beads, that type of thing. Ooh, Nordic Luna put on here that you can layer them if you clip one above it. Geraldine said she doesn't think her husband or son will let her bling up the hats. Get your own. I love wearing my hats. I'm wearing this shirt today, and so I didn't put on a hat because I wanted to wear my 49er one. And I'm like, what can I do the 49er? I need gold to do the 49er one. Hi, Cece, because of their colors. Let's see. What color should we... I'm going to take this off so that that doesn't influence our color choices. Come on off. I got to get one of these off. There we go. And there we go. All right. I did this one because I thought it was more fall colors, even though we have a summer color hat. Ooh, make the male colors. There you go. I still don't think, unless I did Ford Blue, I don't think I can get Ryan to wear one. But I will tell you guys, he was a trooper today. He actually has today completely off from both jobs. And he is working on a van that he is getting ready to take to a place next weekend. And anyways, he's like, I'm going to be working on it all day. And I said, okay, you can work on it all day. I don't care. And then I was like, oh crap, I have to go get these shelving units. So we have, wonder if we can do some greens. Let me see what we got for green. That will go with that pink. No, not that tray of green. I wonder if it'll be in here. Anyways, I had to pick up some shelving unit. We have a business that she has done pretty much, she has storefronts, but she does a lot of it online. And she's closing. Her stores are all closed in July. And then her, that one's too small. I don't want that small bead. Nope, I don't like that color. And she is closing the website down next week. And she had shelving units that I can use when we get the bead shed she shed. Ooh, I think it might be this one. Okay, you guys let me know what you think. I love caps too. When you guys, if you see me when we're out I always have a hat on pretty much. What do you guys think with this color? I like that together. And so I said to him, I'm like, we got to go pick up, because I told him we had to do it like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, can you, I'm like, can we go get those? And he's like, yeah, I'm at a stopping point. So he stopped and we went to go get those. All right. I'm going to use a 4mm silver bead with those. And I'm just trying to decide what else color would I want to go with that. I don't know that I want another color. Should I see if I've got some like clear beads, or what do you think? Oh, geez. I have hats on a lot. We got silver, we got the green, we got the pink. What else? Ashley said over on the tube that her husband would never wear one. White? Okay. Let me see if I got white. We have lots of white. But we also have clear in these too. Ooh. But these might be too small because these are 4 millimeters and those are 4 by 3. I wonder if this one. Let me just see what this looks like together. I've got a stack of. Ooh, I think I like this one. I'm going to put some on. Okay, we're going to get between 12 and 13 inches of the wire, the bead wire. I don't have a clear soft pink. Buttercup has confiscated most of those. I'm going to put some on the wire. When I didn't talk about what to use for bead wire when we did the first one, I like to use my preference. Maybe we'll do it this way. Hold on. Whoops. My preference is to use like 19 or 21 strand wire. Yep. Oh, did I say her real name? If I said her real name, I'm sorry. We try not to. Buttercup, what do you guys think? Hold on. Do you think, I'm going to move it away from there. What do you guys think about that? Oh, someone said, what about the color from my top? I don't have very much of that one. I don't have a lot of pink. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do this. All right. So, and what I did have, Buttercup came in and she's hit it very hard. We can, oh, I don't need another bead there. I just need the white. Yep. Okay, good. I said the right thing. I have been, even in public, calling her Buttercup, and everybody looks at me funny because they know her real name. And I'm like, it's just easier if I stick with one name. We can do both here because we will have time probably maybe to do a third one. I will see what we can try to find. These don't take very long at all to put together, as you see. It takes longer to pick out beads, just like when you make anything else. You know what I was just thinking about? Is that you might be able to turn this into, if you're someone that does live events, you could possibly turn this into an experience, the bar experience, where you'll set out a few different beads and allow them to put them together with like the colors that are popular. I do tell them it's her nickname, but she goes by a different nickname in school. It's a shortened version of her name, and that's like what all the teachers and stuff call her. Val did the same thing too, had a shortened version of their name, but I never called them the short version of their names at all. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to say this comment out loud so everybody hears. So Patty said that probably is a perfect size to wrap around a cowboy boot. Because, you know, we can do the cowboy bling. So did you have your concert event, Patty? Was that last weekend? Let's see where we're at on the size. One more. Yep, we're right at 9 now. I got to grab 2 of these. Okay. Was it fun to do? So Patty did a concert. She had a concert event that she could do an in-person, you know, thing at, because we can't say the S word. And I want to know, how did it go? We haven't talked about it. Okay, both of those are good. So I put one of my sterling silver lobster or crimp tubes. We're going to do one of the lobster claw class. One thing that this slid down and made me remember, and I don't say this enough, don't crimp down here at the end, because you might not have enough at this end to actually do it. So don't go down to the beads. Always do as much as you can this way. There we go. Dangle, dangle. Crimp it by using the first oval, turning it sideways, and then doing the other oval. There we go. Whoop, he is not completely underneath there. I could feel that wire poking me. So I'm going to get that underneath there. If it doesn't want to go in there, you can cut those off. There we go. We're going to grab our other crimp tube, put it on. This one is the second one, you do go down to the beads. The first one don't, second one do. Bring it back around the top and back through the crimp tube and a few of the beads to hide that wire. I want to, oop, he flipped up at me. Here we go. I want to get through that green oval one. There we go. There we are. And we got that pulled. There is no space in there. So we're good. Now we can crimp. There we go. Cut that off. I'm going to get these beads off of the table. Jumping beads. Yep. Okay, here we go. Awesome. So she's getting a request to bring her boot bling to another show she is doing. All right, here we go. We're going to put the green one on the hat. There we go. From the down, it's cool. I can't see. I like that one. That is cool. But I love green, everybody. So there we go. We made another one. If we can pick out beads really quick, we have 15 minutes. Let me see if I can grab some pink, like the hot, darker pinks. You have to understand, my pink glass is on the top shelf. And the top shelf is above my head. Ooh, we got some darks in here. We have a frosted dark one. Let's see what that would look like. I like it. If you want it, you can use big beads like these. I'm just not choosing to because I am not a big bead person. I also have those. Oh, I like that one better. We have to figure out something to make it because there we go. Oh, thanks for saying that, everybody, because I didn't see that. I'm liking that in there. I'm running out of area to put bead trays on. When I get done, we're going to have to put them away. Okay. Let's see what we got for beads. I think I want white. A big white. We got some bling going on. Ooh, these are a little bit smaller. I think I want the little bit smaller round. Okay. Let's see. And oh, these are rondelles. Nope, rounds. Faceted round. Trying to figure out how we, nope, it is a rondelle. No, these go this way, so they're going to be flatter. I don't know. I don't want those because I want the right depth, and that's not going to be the right depth. Let's see what else we can find in here. Those are the same size. I want something a little smaller. I want some texture is what I want. Here we go. I don't know if I'm going to have enough doing it this way. I need some silver. Do black? Okay. I just saw that comment. How about that? It's like a gray. That's, or should I do a black? You guys put it in the chat. Black. Okay. We'll take those out. I'm like, I want it faceted. Not in there. Gotta move things around. I don't use my beads as often as I used to. So you guys don't get to see me do this chaotic, like looking for beads like this. Let's see what these look like. These are, I'm going to bring these up close so you guys can see the combo. It is a silver plated or platinum black. What do you think? I'm just going to cut off my piece of wire while you guys say yes or no. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide, I got to measure here. That's not going to be enough, so we do have to do a silver. Whoops, that was loud. Sorry. I don't like that one. I think this is what I want. A lantern shaped silver bead. Okay. Ooh. Then I want to see. I don't know if I want that lantern bead throughout. Just want a pop of it. Okay, which way do you guys like? Do you like it? Do you want me to put like this lantern bead between each of the pinks? Or do lantern, solid, and then the lantern again? Yes, you can use chain to do this too. So it would look like, I'll show you here. So this would be one, or I'll show it to you so you can see the full effect. This would be two. One or two. One, we would take this one out and every other one would have the lantern in it. Patty said one. That's the one I'm leaning towards too. Michelle's leaning towards that one too. So, okay. When I made those examples, I made them this morning. I woke up when Buttercup gets ready for school and I came in here and I started doing the examples because I knew what I had in mind. And then I was doing social media and I was having a hard time because I just woke up of being able to see to do it. And I'm like, ugh, this sucks. That's what I would say is I thought the same thing. Geraldine said she thought that number 2 looked too busy. Now, I do not. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like this ending here. So let's see how much we have here. Okay, we only have 6 3/4. So we got to do something to make it longer. That will get us what we need. Because I need it to be longer. But I only have one more pink. That's the problem. wonder if we do. I'm going to try putting this on there. I'm going to see how long this is. I'm going to see where we're at. We're at 7.5 now, so let's put a silver on each end. We're a little bit over 9. I don't know that I want to do a little bit of chain, because our chain is only going to be like 1/2 inch. Okay, let me take this one off. Good thought there, Nordic Luna. I love how everybody is talking, even people who are new and talking. I love it. Okay. We do not hit the mesh well, we will when we get that on there. We will hit the mesh. So I think we're okay this way. So how do you guys think this looks? We've got silver, pink, black, pink, silver, and then we start that pattern where we don't have as much silver in there. I think I like that. Okay, got to grab. I'm going with this. This was all you guys is coming up. All right, we got our crimp tube. I'm going to test out. That one's good. And that one's good. Okay, crimp tube or our lobster claw clasps are good. We're putting our crimp tube on. Our lobster claw clasp coming back around. Pushing that all the way to the end, but letting it dangle, not too tight. Grab our crimp pliers. We're going to put it over the crimp tube on that back one closest to you, oval, and press down to create our U. Once you create the U, point the inside of the U away, and then grab your crimp pliers and first oval and push that together. Test that out. We're golden. Let's cover up our wire. I almost was going to cry because I'm like, our hole on the silver bead is large. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to go over my crimp tube. It did not. Sometimes when you have a larger hole bead on the end, you want to put like just a smaller silver bead or a smaller bead on the end so that it doesn't, your crimp tube doesn't go in, because that's going to create movement and space on your design. Yep, I'll show you. We're going to use a lobster claw clasp to connect it, and I'll put it on and show you how to do that. We're putting our crimp tube, bringing it down to the beads, our lobster claw clasp over the top and back through the beads. I want to go through 2 of them. Go through the pink bead there, dude. There we go. It's coming out. Push that down. Hold it with, I'm holding this with my finger. We have the excess. I'm going to grab onto my tail and I'm going to pull, and it's not, there we go. It finally moved. See how much I need to take out? Do you see how I have a little bit of space here? I need to get that out. Hold that down. Sometimes you might have to put it on the table. We haven't had to do that yet today, but we're going to this time. There we go. We got it. And he's still dangling. Whoop. I grabbed a hold of my bead mat and knocked everything off. There we go. This is going to crimp with the back one, turn it sideways, crimp with the front one. Stop moving. There we go. Got it. Whew. And then he is done. I always just bring this down so I have a straight ledge. Take my flush cutters, come on in and just cut off the one wire. Don't cut both wires. I'm gonna get these off the table quick. Do you know where this pink one's gonna go? Beet soup. He's the last one. Yes, you could make something out of it, but I'm gonna put it in the beet soup. You take the mesh here of the hat, and you put that onto some of the mesh part. Bring it around. I need to move this one just a little bit more towards this way. Hold on. I want to center it more. There we go. Bring it around. And you just hook this into the mesh also. There we go. And there it is. See how this one's more towards there rather than back here because we just didn't have it as long? But it worked. I'm going to bring this up so it looks better, okay? Hi! You guys get to see my face now. There you go. I have a pony in, so it's not going to look, but here. There we go. If I didn't have the pony in the spot, we would be able to wear it. But that's it. That's your bling. Nope. Nope. This, you just clip it in there. That's it. My pony came. I have like a big, huge pony here. So yeah, so that is the bling. I was going to say, hi, everybody. There's a lot of people that are on both here. So hello, everybody. I'm sorry I wasn't saying that while we were doing it. But so while we were live in this hour, we made one using polymer clay heshy beads. We used these glass beads. We used these beads. And we planned them out everything in an hour. And this morning in like less than a half an hour, because I wasn't talking, we did these two. So now we have 5 different not purse bling, so I'm so used to purse bling, the trucker hat charms. And you can use whatever size beads you want. Now you see how if you use bigger beads, this is bolder than if you use this. I'm loving this. Now we just got to get Ryan to be like, I'm wearing them when we're out in the car. Oh, and Buttercup is going to probably steal that one. So I'm going to try to, tomorrow I was going to, take the green clip and clip it higher than the big one that we just did. Okay, hold on. The green will go above it. He's a little bit longer, so we got to go out here with him. We're going to stack them. There, we doubled it up. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you. I need to make this one a little bit like tighter on there, but yeah, you can do that. So we're gonna make him a little bit tighter. Let's bring him out. There we go. There we go. I want to do, I don't know. This is something that I've just seen on the trucker hats. That's what these are called when they have the mesh. They're the trucker hats. Let me go grab, because I want to do one for my 49er hat. So hold on. Let me go grab it. It's in my room right next to us here. Hold on. Oh, I thought my Ford hat had mesh on it. None of mine have mesh. Now I'm going to have to buy mesh hats. I'm like looking at this going, I don't know. Sorry, I hit the table with my chair. I want to do one for my 49er and make it gold. Could we just do, I don't have the alligator clips. Hey. Let me see if that'll work. Hold on. I don't have alligator. I would have to do bigger lobster claw glass because they are not, my bill is too thick. Snap buttons, great idea. You guys, I want to get lobster alligator ones. Because see, not this color, but if I did gold. Yeah, and I thought my Ford hat had mesh on it. It has mesh right here. But it's not the mesh that has the holes. That's just a mesh look. Ah! Oh, we got a kitty here for my picture. It is not pear. There we go. Yep. That's what I want to do. Gold and black. And then use gold to put it on there. Now I'm going to have to go look and find a mesh 49er hat to do that with. These are just, I also have like 4 other hats. I do wear hats when I am not live. So, oh my gosh, thank you, Cece. Oh, you have to have eyelets. I will look and I'm going to go. I do wear hats. You guys will see me on live with hats every once in a while. But literally, if I have my hair like this, and I get off my lives, especially like on Saturdays, I will pull the pony down, put it back in a hat, and we go. And we wear it that way. My hair goal is to be able to pull it through and then bring the hair down in a braid. Yep. And the reason why we wear hats is because of the convertibles. So those of you that are new, my husband is a Ford and we have Mustang convertibles. He doesn't think you just need one. He loves Ford. So that's hence why I have a Ford one. I do not have a Mopar one. So anybody who knows, a Challenger's a Dodge product and they're Mopar. And yep. Woohoo! We have one of ours. We need to put the new top on too. So that's the only one that we don't drive. Ooh, she has hair goals too. And so, yeah, so that's, now I have hat goals to buy. I never thought when I was doing this tutorial, this is where I was going to go with it, but I am loving it. And now I have can you guys tell I'm excited to try to go, but I need to finish getting tonight's live done. And we have a football game in between. So that's the part that I'm like, I can't do it right this second. But we will be live tonight, 9 p.m. It is not our normal time. And it's because Buttercup. So did she braid it and go around her head like that? See, I have a hair problem. Thank you, Lolly. Ooh, she's cutie. My pony is thicker, and so I have to be careful at how I do it and put my hair up because it will pull and hurt my head. Yeah. and if you guys have ever noticed, I have a question for you guys. Yep. Have you guys ever noticed when I have a ponytail, sometimes my pony goes out further just because today I completely air dried my hair, so it's not poofy. But if I blow dry my hair, it's poofier, and then you will see hair out. Yep. I get those too, Lolly. And so, I don't know how I got hair like that because I lose hair all the time. And Ryan's like, how do you have any hair? I don't know. So, but thank you all. This has been a really fun tutorial today. I hope you guys are excited about it as I am. I am going to now go get some more hats. I need a 49er one with the mesh on the back. That's what I want. That's what I want. But we will be, I'm going to go get that ordered, and then I'm going to focus on getting the rest of it done. I'm over halfway ready for tonight, so it won't take me much, but I want to get ready for tomorrow. So those of you that were not on right away here, tomorrow I am changing the time of the live because of Vicky's time opened up. I will do the 2:15 to the 4:15 and fill in for Vicky tomorrow. So we are going to bring some different things. So I do have to prep for that. So I'm going to go get that done, and I'm going to start prepping for tomorrow's 2:15. Not noon like we thought. We're going to do 2:15. Tomorrow we will be live on Zuli's live. We are going to be doing the 4mm polymer clay. So this size is going to be tomorrow at 2:15. And then at 7, when we go onto the other app that I can't say the name of, we're going to do the 6mm. Then I will also be bringing some encore items tomorrow, and I'm going to see how many debut items I can bring. So it was not planned that I would do a 2-hour live. I was just going to do a 1-hour live with the 4mm polymer clays and some of those. Yes, Vicky is not feeling 100%, and they needed a fill-in, so I am filling in for Vicky tomorrow. So it's going from a 1-hour event to 2 hours, and we're going to see what we can just bring together, because that is not what I had planned, but we're going to make it so that everything goes great. So if you guys are going to Zuli's tomorrow, it starts at 1 Eastern, I believe it is, which would be 12 Central. I'm a Central time zone person. Nope, we're not doing rounds. I am going to grab as much as I can to just do completely a show. So that's why I will be, I will have time to get things ready after I get done with what we have for tonight. And then after the volleyball game tomorrow, I will be putting together as much encore as I can figure out that we want to bring, and trying to bring debut, and trying to have enough so that we can fill the 2 hours without doing rounds. That is my goal. We have never done that before, where we haven't done round 2, but we're going to try it. I will be bringing encore Gorgonia tomorrow too. So, I mean, think about, I'm going to have Gorgonias. We're going to have items that we've had in April and maybe into May is what I'll be bringing for encore, and anything else that is ready to go, bagged up, where I just have to put a sticker on it. So that's our game plan. Let's see how much we can get done. I have goals. I just don't know how attainable the goals are, okay? But that's our plan for the today and tomorrow. So just so you know, it's a little bit off. Tomorrow night will be on the other app, 6mm polymer clay. Plus, we will bring in some things that I have just laying around. So those, there may be 1 of, there may be 3 of, and there may be 5 of. Those are just little things that we're going to fill up tomorrow night. All right, everybody. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you. Remember, it's 9 o'clock tonight. Bye.